Alright guys, welcome, and in this video we're going to go through how to set up your professional emails inside your Google Gmail account. This video assumes that you already have your domain name and you have that domain name hosted with a hosting account. So what we'll do is we'll come on over here to the control panel of our hosting account where we're hosting those domains, and we will come to email accounts where we will set up our new professional email for that particular domain. So let's say we pick the domain that we want and we're going to create a support email address. So then we choose a password. We don't need it to be unlimited because the emails are going to be forwarded to our Gmail account anyway, so that's fine. And we don't need to worry about that. We create the account. Cool. Get rid of that. Now, there it is. There is the email account set up. Now, what we want to do is, we don't need to worry about accessing the webmail that will go through Gmail. We want to go to the email client because there's information there that we're going to need when we set it up through our Gmail. So scroll down, and this is the information that we're going to need. So we'll leave that there for now. Now we go to the Gmail account, and this is the account that we want to use to manage all of our business email accounts. This is where we're going to collect and send emails from that new email account. So we come to this gear icon, click down and go to settings. Go to accounts and import, and we're going to be updating the send mail as and the checking mail from options here. So first thing we're going to do is add the Popmail account. So let's do that now. So now this is the email address that we have just created. So that's this one here. I'll just copy that and whack it in there. Now the username is going to be the full email address. The password is just the password that we use to create that email. And now we want to make sure we have the correct server. Now, because we're not going to check this use a secure connection in terms of receiving the emails, which here, this is if you're using a secure connection, this is the data you're going to use. But since we're not going to be doing that, we just need to use the data here. So the server, as you can see, is already sort of the one we're going to be using here, but we're going to be using port 110. If you do decide you want to check that, it just means that you may not receive all the emails because they're going to be security filtered. So if you do check that, make sure that you're using the correct server details. We do not want to leave a copy of the retrieved message on the server. What that means is basically your server, which is your hosting account, might have a limited space for the inbox, and once that reaches its limit, it will actually reject incoming emails, and this is what we don't want. So we want to keep that unchecked and have all the emails go to the Gmail account, and that will be fine. We do want to label incoming messages so we know which email address, so we do know which email address that it's coming from, and then we will add the account. Don't worry about that. Okay, the mail account has been added. Now I do want to be able to send mail from that email as well, so I will go next step. And the name, basically, if you are using your name as a domain name, like at stevefarrow.com or something like that, you can put your name. This is the name that people are going to see when they receive your email. But I'll put something, something that is consistent with that one there. I do not want to treat it as an alias, so I'll go next. Now, just so you know, sometimes before we get to this point, you may be asked an option whether you want to send the mail through your SMTP server or send it through Gmail. Now, if that option does come up for you, select to send it through your domain name through the SMTP servers, because basically if you do decide to use it, send it through Gmail, it is easier, but what's going to happen is people are going to receive your emails in this format. It's going to be from your Gmail account on behalf of support@yourdomain.com, which is not what we want. We basically want to, if this option comes up for you, select to send it through the SMTP, which is not a big deal. And that is just going to bring you to this menu here. So now, for the SMTP server, now for this particular server, because we are using a secure connection here, we are going to want to use the server here. And this is our outgoing emails. So we want to use port 465 as well. So if I whack that in there, port 465. So you just basically always want to make sure that the information is matching. So support. So username is your full email again, and the password is going to be the same password that you used to set the email up. Add the account. Cool. Now, what they've done is they've sent an email to the inbox here. And because what we've already done is we've already opted to send all the emails from the server to our Gmail account. So this verification email should actually come to our Gmail account, which will be getting all of those emails. So we'll come back to the Gmail inbox, and it can take a bit of time, so I'm just going to pause the video for now until that email comes through. Okay, sometimes what you can do is you can go back to the settings, accounts and import, checking mail from the other accounts, so you can just hit check mail now, and that might make things go a bit quicker for you. But we're going to go back. And there it is. So what we will do is see how it's come from here. We've labeled it so we know where it's coming from. So we'll open that one up. And now you can either use this confirmation code here. You can copy that, paste it in there and verify. Or you can just hit the confirmation link. Cool. That's confirmed now. The Gmail user may now send mail as that domain name. Okay. So I'll just show you back now. If we go back to settings, accounts and import. So now a few things back here. What you can do is you can set the new email, your business email, as the default. So if you want to make that default, now every time that you compose a message, that will be the default email that is listed. You can always drop down here and choose any of your emails that you've set up in your account. So don't worry too much about that. Now when replying to an email, you can have a few options here. One is you can always reply from the same address that the message was sent to. So if the message was sent to your Gmail, you'll reply via that Gmail. If it was sent to your business, like your domain, support@yourdomain.com, and you hit reply, it will reply from that as well. Or you can choose to always send it from your default address. That might be good if you really want to get your branding out there and you want to get your business name seen a lot and get people to be familiar with that. So coming down here, you can see that that is all in order as well. So now what we will do is we'll test it out. And guys, whenever you do anything like this, always test your stuff. Test things out. It's going to save you heaps and heaps of trouble in the future. So I've got a dummy email here that I can test it. Select it there. From, this is the new email address. So we'll go test that email. Hi. Send. Cool. Now we'll go to the other email address and there it is. There's the name that we have selected for it. And it has come to me from support@thatnewdomain.com. Very good. So now I'll just reply, email received. Cool. Now that has replied. I'll come back here, and again, if it's not coming through right away, you can maybe just hit that. See if it's new message inbox. There it is. It's come through, and it's come through via that new email address. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching.